One that I like to tell younger actors is the smell the fart. So they're like, you delivered a line and you say, that's not true, Gyton. That's not true, Gyton.
That's not true, Gyton.
And it's like, can I smell a fart?
Hey there, it's Connor Muller and welcome to Let's Chat Showbiz. This podcast is all about Australian showbiz. We're talking the glitz, the glam, the tough times and everything in between. Let's get this show on the road. Today's guest is one of Australia's most recognisable actors. A silver Logie winner with a long list of credits to his name, including Underbelly, House Husbands and Home and Away, just to name a few. While also enjoying a successful career on stage and as a voiceover artist. We are thrilled to welcome Gyton Grantley.
G'day.
Thank you for being here. Now,
Pleasure.
You're currently in Adelaide here for the State Theatre Company's production of Commentary, written by Ash Flanders.
That's right.
What can audience expect with that coming here, and what's the role you play?
Right. I'm still trying to figure out the elevator pitch because it's quite complex. Yeah. In a nutshell, the title, Commentary, Ash, it's a genius script. He's kind of looking at where we're at today in this kind of where art sits in society. And it's a very polarising time where there's no kind of grey areas or nuance where art can sit, like where it's either black or white. And from that, the news now, the media today is basically based on the comments. It's based on the commentary. It's not even what is true or not. It's just how the narrative is rewritten and who controls the narrative. So it's a scary time. It's a polarizing time, and where is truth anymore? No one even knows, and no one even really cares. It's just about the noise. It's just about everyone yelling, and the journalists just egging them on. So, in a nutshell, that's kind of the themes and the structure and the idea of the play. My character is Nick. He is a film lecturer at Flinders, pretty much my age, mid-40s. When he was in his early 20s, he made a film that won the Silver Bear at the Berlin Film Festival. Unfortunately, in a nutshell, the film is about a young man who pursues a 15-year-old girl.
Right.
This is the thing, it gets confusing.
Yeah.
Anyway, they win the Bear and they get back to Australia, and just before the film has its release, his partner, his film partner, his co-director, co-creator, co-writer and star of the film is arrested for pursuing an underage girl. He was never sentenced. What's the word?
Convicted?
Convicted. He was charged but never convicted. It was settled out of court. Blah, blah, blah. But there's all of a sudden word got out, too much noise, and so the film was cancelled. 20 years later, the AFF, the Adelaide Film Festival, is having what's called a homegrown kind of feature where they bring back to life old films. And because Low, that's the name of the film, never had its screening, it's been given this opportunity. Nick says this is a very bad idea. We're just digging up old monsters and old demons, but everyone encourages him. He should go ahead and finally let it have its light time in the sun. And of course, everything starts to unravel from there. The comments start happening, the commentary starts happening, and Nick's issue is that he had nothing to do with that, and also that had nothing to do with the film. And so why should the film suffer for something completely separate?
Yeah, right.
That's about it.
Yeah.
It was a long elevator ride, but I got the pitch out.
Yeah. And what are you most looking forward to about playing this role?
What am I most looking forward to? I'm just really excited about getting back on the boards. It's been about 6 years for me. Last show I did was Harry Potter, which was pretty big, pretty epic. But this is a real role, I'm in every scene, and I've got 3 incredible actresses that I'm working with, and it's been a real really exciting and a challenge and fun to, just get the muscle working again and explore that all the human facets of emotion and adventure and exploration.
Yeah. And that's playing from the 21st of August to the 5th of September at the Dunstan Playhouse.
That's right.
Here in Adelaide. Do you like Adelaide?
I love Adelaide.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been away from my kids for a while. Everyone says Radelaide. And my son the other day, because they're missing me, he's like, so how are you finding Dadelaide? Because Dad's away. And I thought, that's bloody good. I think we could start working with Dadelaide. Or it's like, it's a bit of an older person's place. It's a bit more of a...
It's not wrong.
Yeah. It's got the arcade and it's got the markets and it's got the beautiful river and the lovely parklands and the gardens and the Barossa. It's more of a great nomad kind of area. It's a Adelaide place.
No, you've had an extensive career on both stage and screen. In 2019, you played Ron Weasley in the Australian stage production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. What was that like? What was that experience like for you?
Well, no pun intended, it was magical. Yeah. Look, it's Harry Potter, everything, separating the artist from the story. We all know what we're talking about. It was just a wild adventure. It's, the biggest show in the world. So much magic. We got to learn so many cool magic tricks and amazing costumes, amazing special effects. A giant company, which, I was part of it for 2.5 years, so you become a family and it doesn't tour. That's because it's just so much infrastructure and stuff involved. So you just become part of this institution and every night, different audiences obviously, and the same, many return fans. Yeah. And you just make their night. You just share the magic with them and... It was also really unique in the sense that it was 2 plays. It's not just one, 2-hour play or one, there's 2 plays. So we'd do one in the morning or in the afternoon and one in the evening. So it's quite an epic story. Fingers crossed that one day, because it's the final story, really. It's... Ron and Harry and Hermione and Draco are adults and they have children who are young teenagers, and it's about them going on an adventure. And so that was really exciting too. So hopefully we can see the actors from the original series make the movie as adults now, because they're about of the right age now.
Yeah. And of course you played Ron Weasley. What research did you do into playing that role?
Well, I went to Scotland and hung out with all the ginger people. I did a lot of magic. I learned a lot of magic tricks. There was a few directors, but the first director encouraged me to find Ron has taken over his brother's magic shop of Ron's Weasley Wheezes, which is, has novelty gifts and tricks and things, which is kind of unique because, the Weasleys love Muggle things. So I explored a lot in that. What else did I learn? What was the question? How did I
research?
What's funny is that, maybe this isn't about research, but I actually couldn't get an audition for Harry Potter. They just wouldn't see me. I think maybe they didn't see or know me as a stage actor.
Yeah.
I've done plenty of theatre throughout my career, but I'm probably more well known for my film and TV work. Yeah. And luck has it, I was doing a kind of semi-professional, amateur professional play in Melbourne at pre the production, and I was playing Alison White's son, and Alison White has beautiful strawberry blonde hair, so I bleached my hair blonde and then coloured it ginger. Strawberry kind of blonde, and the casting director Janine Snape coincidence, her surname's Snake, but she was in the audience and she was like, oh, Gyton can act on stage. And Gyton's got red hair, ginger hair. And next thing you know, I had an audition. And that's how I became part of the show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, wow. Now, moving on to your screen credits, you played, in 2007, Nurse James Dalton in Home and Away.
Yes, I think I've been on Home and Away a couple of times, but yes.
Do you remember much from those scenes? And
I do. I absolutely do, because I actually did a short, had a couple of days on a Chris Hemsworth film recently. Right. I haven't seen Chris in about 10 years. And he was like, you! How are you, mate? Like, we're mates. I don't text or anything, but and all he could do was talk about that period in his Home and Away career. Because basically I was his wife's ex-boyfriend and I'd swanned into town and I was a little bit dodgy. I was dealing the marijuana. And I think what happened was I had a marijuana cigarette and had a psychotic episode. And so I locked her up in the house and barred up all the windows and was screaming at the windows, "You'll never get her!" And Chris was like the beginnings of his being Chris, and started banging on the doors and it was, a lot of fun, a lot of drama for Home and Away in the Bay.
Yeah, of course. In 2008, you played Carl Williams in Underbelly. What research did you do prior to playing that role?
I did extensive research into donuts, into burgers, into milkshakes, and to all sorts of things. I never met him. I wanted to, but I wasn't allowed to. He was in jail. And I'm actually glad I never got to. Because in the end, and no matter how real and much you want to try to base yourself on the real person, it's still a drama. It's still a narrative that's been rewritten. So ultimately, you want to honour the script, not the original story, because that's what you're telling. You're telling what's in the script. So that was okay, but we had lots of wonderful access to many of the detectives from the Piranha Task Force.
Oh, wow.
Who were the people assigned to capture all these guys. Yeah. So I got first-hand conversations with a lot of the detectives who knew Carl quite well because they dealt with him for years and years. Yeah. And he would send them letters, He was a quirky kind of guy like that. He'd just send them. It's like he wasn't really aware or just didn't occur to him that he was being pursued for lifetime in jail. And he just found it all a lot of fun. So, and lots of video and talking to a lot of other journalists, Andrew Rule and people who had written books about him. Ultimately, again, it's just what you can find in the actual script, because that's my character. My character is Carl Williams. And also I had to put on a lot of weight. I'm normally about 82 kilos and, he's known in the script, he's called Fat Boy. People actually say Fat Boy. So I had to put on a lot of weight, but I wanted to do it as healthily as possible. Yeah. So I saw a nutritionist and who was quite taken aback. They're like, I've never really had anyone come in here asking how to put on weight. Yeah. And they said probably the best way is fruit juice. Because it's just full of sugar. Yeah, okay. It's a natural sugar. Yeah. It's fructose, like it's not, refined stuff. So, and you're getting the fibre, that juice company that's quite popular. Get stuck into them. So it's just about calories and slowing down your metabolism. Just don't move. She said, just don't even get off the couch to go to the fridge. Just get someone else to bring stuff to you if you can. Right. Do not move and just pack on calories and you'll just get fat. But it was also quite depressing. Yeah, I was going to say, how did you feel about that? You don't have any endorphins. You just want to go for a quick walk or a run or something. And but you kind of remember why you're doing it. And that's, it was fun. Yeah.
Do you remember at the time of getting the role, were you aware of how successful the series was going to be?
Did we ever think it would be successful? No, I didn't. I mean, I had no idea. I didn't really know much about the Gangland War in Melbourne. I'm from Brisbane. And, I remember I went to the audition. It was the scene was set in the casino, at Crown Casino. I went in a suit and tie. I think it'd be all James Bond and stuff. And luckily the casting director and Representative Mulliner, she was like, oh no, he's sloppy. This guy's really... I think I'm very lucky that I looked a lot like him. So that was a big thing in my favour. But I remember walking into that room and just so many incredible actors, decades that I've been growing up with for decades, and I was just really nervous and really scared.
Yeah.
But that's when I started realising the energy and the vibe about this story. That's why the show was such a success. It's not just because of the actors or because it was well produced or well made. It was an Australian story. It was a Melbourne story, and anywhere I go in Melbourne, still to today, people want to tell me their part of it.
Yeah.
They're like, I was in this pub when this happened to so-and-so. It's like, my dog's previous owner used to be owned by so-and-so who lived with so-and-so. Like, these people woke up with that war on their front page every morning. And the cops weren't really doing much about it either, because they were kind of just sorting each other out. They weren't affecting public life to a degree until it got out of hand. So these guys were also like celebrities. You'd see Jason and Mark Moran walking down Lygon Street in Carlton, and people were like, "Hey, Jace, hey," they were celebrities in their own right. So it was just such an inherent part of Melbourne, Victorian, and Australian culture that I think Australia just identified with it so much, and that's why it was such a success.
And how did you find the public's reaction to you playing that role? And did you get stopped on the street? Were people coming up to you a lot? Like, what was that like?
It was big.
Yeah.
It was really big. My life got turned upside down, like overnight. I was lucky in the sense that I'd been acting for about 7 or 8 years since I'd graduated from uni, and I had lots of friends I'd witnessed and watched and seen kind of, ascend to certain levels of fame, and watched how they'd handled it, and I'd been out with them and seen them deal with, fans, but it was intense. I had paparazzi outside my door for 3 months from the get-go, and I lived in Bondi, so, fair enough, maybe don't live in Bondi, but I used to go for a swim every day, and then now I would be walking to the beach and there'd be someone walking backwards with a camera in front of me, and you just lose all of your personal space, and you're eating a meal and people are grabbing you by the shoulder, and you're trying to, hi, I'm so glad that you're a fan, like, I'm more than happy to take a photo or sign something, but can you just let me finish my meal? And you just become public property.
Yeah.
And you have to make your peace with it. If you get upset or throw a tantrum or tell them to respect your space, they just think you're an arsehole. And it just ends up becoming a fight, and it's even worse. So anyway, look, it was quite intense. You lose your private space, you lose your freedom. But a lot of good things come from it too. I received so much more opportunities for work, and my career survived so well for 10, 15 years. I mean, I'm still, you're asking about it. So
yeah.
It's an iconic, it was almost 20 years ago now.
Wow.
I think it was like 19 or 18 years ago.
Yeah,
so,
okay. Yeah, right.
It will always be that thing in my life.
Yeah.
But I have so much more other things to offer and give. But anyway, to answer your question, yes, it was a big part of my life that changed it a lot.
Yeah, and you won a Silver Logie for that role. What was your reaction to winning the Silver Logie?
Oh, I was thrilled.
Yeah.
It was huge. I'm not trying to pick up myself, but I had also won an AFI previously, a few months earlier, which is now an actor award.
Yeah.
So, there was a little part of me that was like, oh, well, maybe I might be in with a chance here.
Yeah.
For a Logie.
Yeah.
I was also nominated for Most Popular Actor, and I didn't win that one.
Yeah.
So,
did that come out first or after? Like on the night, did you
I can't
lose
remember.
one and then win one, or you can't remember?
I can't remember if it was before or after. I didn't really mind. I really didn't. Like, awards are great, but like I just said, there was so much going on. Like, you don't need any awards when you can't walk down the street. But yeah, it was really special. And I got to say a speech which was very similar to what I just said, though. The reason why this was such a hit was because of the story, and maybe we should make more of our own stories. And I think that was really well received. So it was nice to just have that quick moment to have that voice, and to thank everyone who helped me along the way.
Yeah. Now let's talk about House Husbands. For 47 episodes, you played Kane Albert. Now, one of the defining parts of Kane's story was the relationship he had with Tom Parker, played by Tim Campbell. It was a little bit of a groundbreaking character to play, I guess, in the way that we hadn't really seen many same-sex couples with children on screens before. How did you feel about not only playing a gay character, but also taking on the role of a gay dad as well?
Yeah, a big thing. It doesn't seem like it, but it was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And so not so common back then. Maybe not even okay for... I don't know about sexuality. What's the deal with that? What's the political like climate with that?
Well, I mean, we only legalise in Australia
because I'm a heterosexual male.
Yeah.
So for me to play a homosexual today, I don't know, might be controversial. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But yeah, look, it was exciting. It was wonderful. Very lucky to have Tim, who was a friend already and kind of held my hand a lot. Like sometimes I would go in and give him a big kiss, and he'd be like, "We don't really do that in public, you know."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Think about it. Would you even do that to your girlfriend or your wife in public?" And I'm like, "No, I probably wouldn't have passed her that hard in public."
Yeah.
So he was really lovely like that. But I think ultimately what the big idea is that, you know, I didn't try to play him camp or anything like that. And the point being is, like, what difference does it make? Why can't anyone be a parent? Why can't any two humans be parents to two children and love them and care for them and encourage them and grow their spirits and dreams and hopes? And who knows? It doesn't matter what they get up to in the bedroom.
Yeah.
It's about love and care. And so I think that was the best part about it.
Yeah.
Normalising that idea.
Yeah, and I think in that role and in that series, it wasn't focused on his sexuality, the character. It was about being a parent and a good person.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, never. And I think that was the point, was just we don't need to highlight that. And in not highlighting it, we're normalising it. And yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned there Tim Campbell. You had people like Gary Sweet, Reese Muldoon, Julia Morris, Louise Siverson, Justin Clark, just so many well-known Australian actors.
Yeah, and Faraz Durrani.
Yeah. What was it like working on a set like that with so many amazing actors?
Fun.
Yeah.
Just fun.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Julia Morris, who's like one of the funniest people in Australia. Gary Sweet, who's just a legend. And Reese, who is also hilarious, an incredible writer. These guys are, you know, legends of the industry. Faraz and I were great mates. He'd just done Underbelly as well, so he was kind of in the same kind of place as me. And Natalie Saliba as well was part of the gang, and we all just got along so well. We're all just so famously friends, and lots of extracurricular activities, like golf and, you know, lots of dinners, and Logie's was just a ball.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
We had our table, and we won Logie's. The House Husbands won a few, I think. So, and, you know, Ellie Beaumont and Drew Profit, the creators, they just knew how to write, and it's. We were just saying before this, I watched it recently, and it still holds up. And it's a shame that we're not making those kind of shows these days.
Why do you think it is that we don't have shows? You know, we used to have shows like that, Offspring, Pack the Rafters, all these shows where now we...
Oh, Connor, can I lean forward?
Yes.
I'm just asking Drew, is that all right with focus? All right, let's break this down. Okay,
Please.
This is how I think it happened. COVID. Everyone's stuck inside. Everyone starts watching more TV. The streamers have arrived, right? So everyone starts watching streaming TV. Stop watching kind of commercial TV. Also, the streamers, there's no legislation. They don't have to make a minimal amount of Australian drama. COVID finishes. That transition's happened. The audience has now moved to streaming. All of a sudden, the commercial networks are starving. The ratings have dropped. They lose the advertising revenue. All that's surviving is crap like reality shows, maths, and and all of a sudden now all those shows are getting cancelled. There's no more Pack to the Rafters. There's no more Offspring. There's no more Neighbours. Neighbours is gone. There's no more All Saints. There's no more House Husbands. There's no more Winners and Losers. There's no more all Blue Heelers. All of those shows, all of the shows that we grew up on, and not even just grew up on, we're watching 10 years ago, that they've just all stopped. And yes, there is a tiny little bit of legislation that's coming now for the streamers, so that's exciting. But those shows were also long running. They were 13 episodes, which in terms of employing crew, employing makeup and hair and makeup, employing wardrobe, employing set designers, employing editors and lighting people and script editors and writers, and the list goes on, publicity people that are attached to that on their back end, and it just keeps growing. This whole industry is now being shrunk. And sure, there are still Australian dramas being made, but now they're like 4 episodes, 6 episodes, 8 half hours, whatever. So it's a real shame. And I do wonder if things like House Husbands were back, if they develop an audience. I think, because it's about checking in with your family, you know, with the Rafters, checking in with them every week, every Sunday night.
And it takes away from
Wednesday night, you know,
happening in the real world. You can, you know, sit there and you're all watching the same thing. And you're away from what's happening. You know.
But I mean, the whole industry's it's the Wild West right now. No one knows what the format is. Is it verticals? Is it short form? Is it long form? Are we going back to feature films? How lo-fi do I need to go? You know, like it's anyway. I'm not worried about AI.
You're not?
No. I think it's going to have its day, and I think it's going to be quite useful. For Marvel things and things like that. But I think people are going to look. I couldn't say how well it's going to progress. I mean, look what it's done in 1 year. But I still think there's that human element that people can tell the difference between. I still think there's that very distinct difference between what's real, what's true, what's someone's heart and emotion compared to what's generated.
Well, I hope so. I hope you're right. In 2015, you were in the film The Dressmaker.
I was.
You worked alongside Hugo Weaving, Judy Davis, Kate Winslet, Liam
Hemsworth. Yes.
What was that like? And you played a character that was a little bit mentally challenged. Is that correct?
Yes.
What was that like, playing that role?
Again, probably a character I couldn't play today. I shouldn't play today. It was... that being said, Jocelyn Moorhouse, the director, has an autistic child, and she said that I reminded her completely of her son. I absolutely adored it, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Kate Winslet is just a legend. She swears like a trooper. You know, she's just so down to earth, really, really easygoing. And, you know, Hugo's Hugo. We don't need to say anything about that. He's just the greatest guy in Australia. And, yeah, Liam was lovely. You know, I remember telling Chris, I was like, hey, I'm going to play your brother. And he was like, what? He didn't even know that Liam was doing the film. I was playing Liam's big brother. And also just did like a period piece, you know, shot out in Bacchus Marsh and in Melbourne, and, you know, just doing that stuff. Got to go to the Toronto Film Festival, like Sarah Snook, Shane Jacobson, Rebecca Gibney.
It was full. Barry Otto.
Gary Fox.
Yeah.
So many more characters. Mark Leonard Winter. We'd done Ballabo together. It was so great to work with him again.
Yeah, of course.
That was another great thing. It was a huge cast, and so many great Australian actors got to, ride on Kate's coattails and be a part of it. And yay to Kate for coming and doing it. And I still today think she is the best best Australian foreigner to do an Australian accent.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Do you prefer stage or screen?
Neither. Well, both. They're very different beasts. So there's pros and cons. There's something beautiful about doing film and TV where you do the scene. These days it's probably one take. You do a couple of takes anyway, the day's done and you leave it there and that's it forever. You can never touch it again. And there's something beautiful about stage where you get to visit it every day, every night, again and again, and always finding something new, trying something different. It evolves. There's also something beautiful I'm remembering about stage is that it's a through line. It's an hour and a half of you just disappearing into that character, into that story, into that adventure, and whereas film's a lot more start-stop. That your character, if you need to be in your character, it can be tricky. But with stage, it's like jump off, and I'll see you at the other side. I really also relish and enjoy the rehearsal period in stage. I'm really enjoying that at the theatre at the moment. Just the sense of play and the opportunity to fail, to try things out, and that didn't really work, or happy accidents happen, and you're like, oh my god, that was great. Let's explore that.
Yeah.
And not that there isn't rehearsal in film, and there's still preparation and character development that you do your own homework beforehand, whether it be fight choreography or learning a language or something like that. And in Kate's case, learning how to sew because she was the dressmaker. She had all the thimbles and stuff, and she knew all the stitches. And I was like, "You've done your work." Yeah. So look, to answer your question, they both have their pros and cons, and film and TV pays more.
Yeah.
So when you end up with 3 kids and a mortgage, there's
Now, just on that, how do you deal with being, you might be in a TV series here and then you might go months without work. How do you navigate that and deal with the challenges of the inconsistency?
It's really tricky. Wasn't so scary before I had a family. Now I've got 3 little mouths that are dependent on me feeding them. And I'm very lucky that I do a lot of voice work. I do voiceovers, and that's pretty consistent and is kind of almost enough to keep ourselves just above water. So when the acting work comes along, it's a gift.
Yeah.
But even that's being threatened by AI,
for
sure.
Of course.
And it has dropped off significantly in the last few years, the voiceover work. So, look, in terms of answering your question about handling acting work and when it comes and it doesn't, you've just got to have, I had a great actor tell me once, you need more than one string to your bow. So if there's any young actors out there, I do encourage you to get a trade or finish that degree, or at least find other passions. Please do pursue your dreams, because you've got to be completely into it. You've got to be completely passionate about it. But yeah, as you get older, I find, the pool just gets smaller and smaller, the talent pool, and the cream of the crop gets, the cream gets smaller and smaller. So yeah, but that's not to say you still can't pursue your passion and direct a community play, or I've started teaching, and that's been really fulfilling. you're like, oh, I actually know what I'm talking about. and watching the students progress and develop, wow, 3 months ago they couldn't even speak in front of a group. Now they're up, delivering monologues. And so that's fulfilling as well.
Yeah. What would you say has been the highlight of your career, out of all the things you've done, something you're really proud of?
Ballabo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, being in Timor-Leste and telling the story of the Ballabo Five, the 5 journalists. If you haven't seen it, go watch Ballabo. It's a wonderful Australian, it's not a wonderful, it's a horrible Australian story. I don't know if I should give you the synopsis, but being there, Robert Connolly, the director, the creator, the writer, director, whatever, he really made it happen properly. We were there, we were in it. The 5 of us, Damon Gamo, Thomas Wright, Mark Leonard Winter, and Nathan Phillips and I, we were the 5. We was just sleeping on mats in the huts that the 5 of them were murdered in, and we just were fully immersed with the community. We were working as ADs, we were directing extras and stuff, and it just being on location. And I remember we went back to Darwin to shoot some other scenes that required machine guns and stuff, which we didn't want to do in East Timor. And they put us in a hotel, I think a casino type hotel, and we were like, we can't do this. So we hired a camper van and we just went out to Litchfield for 3 nights and we just hung out there, the 5 of us, just to kind of keep our crew together, our gang together, and just stay with one, away from that world. So for me, it was a really immersive and beautiful and important story to tell. And so that's probably my most proudest experience.
Yeah. Now, at the end of each episode, I ask a question to ask the next guest.
Oh.
Our last guest was Genevieve Moy, and she said,
if you could invent a role for yourself, what would you like to do?
It's really sad, but I just want to be like, I just want to get put on 20 kilos of muscle, shave my head, have a massive beard, and just be like that guy. Just like, fuck you, that kind of guy.
I love it. Yeah.
Just some hard fucking bikie guy. Just don't even move. I don't know.
Now, a question for the next guest. We don't know who it is. It could be a question about absolutely anything. Just a question for the next guest.
Do you have any tricks for screen? Any faces to pull? So for example, one that I like to tell younger actors is the smell the fart. So you'll get delivered a line and you go, hang on, where's the camera? Which one am I looking at? That one?
Yeah.
So you say, that's not true, Gyton. That's not true, Gyton.
That's not true, Gyton.
And it's like, can I smell a fart? Is that a fart?
I love it.
So does the next guest have any face pulling tricks?
Yeah. Killer. Now, my final question for you is there anyone you think in the industry that would be good on Let's Chat Showbiz? Everyone's got a story to tell. Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, they don't just have to be famous, you know. So many of my friends have been, slogging away, and some of them, have created the most incredible pieces of art. Everyone's got a story to tell. Yeah. I couldn't give you an answer on that. I'm not going to single anyone out.
No, fair enough. Well, that brings us to the end of our chat. Thank you for your time, Gyton.
Thanks, Colin. Thanks,
Fantastic.
Connor. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Thanks, Connor.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want more episodes of Let's Chat Showbiz, you can follow along on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Instagram, TikTok, and even Facebook for all you oldies. See you next time on Let's Chat Showbiz.